Hey Libra babies, welcome. I'm just so excited to get into this read for you. We're going to be focusing on Libra love and money again for July. We are going to get into a couple announcements and then get right into your reading. I've already pulled your cards. I meditated on them. I cleared the air and, lit a candle for you. So really excited to get into your read. First couple things before we get into it. Be sure to check out my website and share. I got a couple of really beautiful things going on. I'm putting together some workshops for women's empowerment and really honing into that solar plexus energy. So if that's, anything that would be of interest to you, please do check out Solorplexus.ca. My bath salts are ready. They're also on my website. So if you're a returning customer, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for coming back, and be sure to check that out as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this reading resonates with you. Subscribe and you'll be updated on anything new that I'm coming up with and coming out with. Comment. Yeah, tell me what's going on. Tell me how you're feeling. Let me know what is going on in your personal situations. I just love the connection, and I'm really excited about the platform and just the community here on YouTube. People, enlightening each other with guided messages from spirit. It's a super big deal. So love it. That's it, Libra. Let's get into you. So Libra. Big month for you. Big month for you. July is a very pivotal moment in your life. And, I'm a Libra too. I'm a Libra sun. So I feel that. I feel that big time. So we're starting your love reading, your first week of July, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. So this tells me that you are going through a karmic shift right now, and it's a big deal. This is huge. What's going on for you? You're really coming to terms with things that you didn't really see clearly before. So we start off your July with the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune came out with the Tower, okay? I clarified these cards with, Wheel of Fortune was clarified with the King of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Moon. So this energy, why the Wheel of Fortune, the karmic shift, is bringing in the King of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Moon. So this tells me that there was a King of Wands. This could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or it could be just an individual that embodies that energy. But this individual, there may be distance in between you two, but this individual brings out your shadow side. And subconscious, this person brings out subconscious things that you haven't dealt with yet. And that Six of Swords speaks to moving away from, sailing away from bad energies and moving to something else. The King of Wands is on an elephant, enlightened and moving towards the Six of Swords. So this energy, the Wheel of Fortune, is a shift that is inspired by a particular individual, and there may have been some strife, some mental anguish involved with it. And it really has brought you to the notion that there is some karmic cycles at play, and there's subconscious things that you are coming to the realization about that you need to change. So that change is brought in by this tower. So this tower, excuse those notifications. I should try and shut that off. This tower is coming in with the world card, and with the Queen of Cups. So this tells me that this tower is that moment where you come to the realization that, hey, you know, I might be part of the problem. And, you know, we're allowed to be imperfect, right? The tower, when you're up in your tower, you think you're perfect. And you think that you're unbreakable, but it really doesn't take much. It doesn't take much, because it's just a divinely guided strike of lightning to, bring everything crashing to the ground. So right now you may be sitting in the rubble waiting for the smoke to clear. And upon that happening, you bring in the world energy and the Queen of Cups energy. So that tells me that, some unconditional self-love is what it's going to take to, shift this mindset. Unconditional self-love. And then it brings in the world, which, this is the person has the world in their hands, right? And it's the world is there for you, and the whole world will shift for you, but you need to want it. You need to want it yourself. And that's why the Queen of Cups comes in with that emotional fulfillment. This is like the most divine, like feminine energy that you can have. And it is loving yourself unconditionally and loving other people unconditionally. There may be some forgiveness that may need to happen as well, because when we're in that ego energy, we have a tendency to blame others for the things that are happening, but we are the only source. We are the single contributor to our lives and our personal situations and our reality. So what this is telling me is that you are going to practice so much self-love, and you intend to be the single, reason that you are who you are today, which brings us into the second week of July, which brings in the 9 of Coins energy. 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles. This is the single lady card, the lady that, she doesn't need anybody. She has it all. She's got the financial stability. She's got the, just the guts, what it takes to not only survive but thrive on her own, which is a really important energy for any individual to have, not just the single female. We are reading about love right now, but this tells me that this shift that's happening within you is you breaking free from codependent energy, codependent type energy, that gets, inspired by, individuals that bring passion and desire and so on and so forth. But this is you going through your cycle, shifting and inspiring yourself to be so independent that you are clarifying with the Emperor energy. So independent that you got this. You're on your own. You got this. You have that Emperor status, that business, business acumen, like the design and the stability to really make it happen for yourself. So the Queen of Cups is that divine feminine energy. And then in the second week, you go into that Emperor energy, which is inspiring you. It's inspiring you to continue moving forward and moving towards your desires and your wants and your needs, and creating something, like you're creating something on your own. So Then we get into the third week of July, and it brings in the Four of Wands energy. So this is speaking to, the Four of Wands, obviously, right? This is known as the, I'm sorry, just give me 1 second, Libra. It's the twin flame energy card, but this card is speaking to me in almost like a different way, because generally, like the twin flame card, like in traditional tarot, the Four of Wands has like two individuals and a couple kids, castle in the background, and so on and so forth. But this one only has a single female looking off into the distance. So this speaks to me that, again, going from the Nine of Coins energy, the Four of Wands is that happily ever after. This could be like a marriage proposal or some type of proposal coming in, but it looks like it's coming in from the distance, and that's why you're looking off from the distance. Which, again, when we clarify the Four of Wands in your third week of July, we have the Three of Swords, the Chariot, and the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups and the Chariot are both cards of travel, of distance, of moving away from things or moving towards something else, which is, that speaks loudly, but what it comes with is some heartbreak. There is heartbreak here. It could be another party that is involved in this situation, or it could just be that there is, somewhere somebody's heart is going to get broken, and somebody is moving towards something else. There's victory here, but it comes at a cost. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for your third week. There's victory here. That Four of Wands energy comes in. There's movement. There's emotional, there's also some emotional turmoil. So that Four of Wands comes with a cost. Then the last week of July, we get into Two of Coins energy, which to me is clarifying the third week of July, because this Two of Coins energy is you juggling a decision. Am I going to make this decision, or am I not going to make this decision? What's better for me? What's not? You are being guided to make a decision, but you need to ensure that you pay attention to the decision you're making, because this Two of Coins was clarified with the Five of Wands, the Devil card, the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So there may be a message for you if you look up the angel number 99. There may be a further message that might help you clarify this last week there, Libra. But what it is saying to me is, because I got the Two of Coins here, and then I got the Devil, and the Devil is pointing her through that door, onto another horizon almost, right? And that tells me that you may need to look a little bit deeper at what your actual wish fulfillment is, because you may be being misguided by, an energy that isn't completely wholesome or true to your values. It could be actually like a very narcissistic energy. The Devil, generally has people chained and bound to him, but the fact is that, individuals actually choose that. They just, think that they're chained and bound. So there's two different energies that's coming out here. There's the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands, which are two very different energies. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment. It's it's very it's happy energy. It's divinely lit and guided. And then the Nine of Wands is, it is victory. It's closing out a cycle, but it was a very heavy and hard and burdenous cycle. So I guess you can find the positives in that as well, but there will be this Two of Coins brings in that Five of Wands energy as well. So, that's the battle, right? The battle of wits. That is there could be some harsh words that get thrown back and forth between you and another individual, because this speaks to me as in there's two choices. So just really take heed to those decisions, and look at it deeply, and see whether your decisions are being guided by your value system. Because when it comes to making decisions in love, and when it comes to making decisions around other individuals, you want to make sure that you break down the situation, ensure that there has been enough communication to ensure that your morals and your values and the things that you want and desire match up, because you are a creator and a co-creator of your experience, and you want to ensure that you're not falling back into just a codependent type of energy and cycle, that you're not just going back around on that cycle, because the Wheel of Fortune, if you are going through that shift, it's your decision whether you learn the lesson or not in your love. And if you don't learn the lesson, then you just do it all over again until you learn the lesson. And I know Libras, and I know that we aren't here to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Libras are all about growth. Libras are all about forward movement and, development on many different levels. So I know that I'm giving you good advice when I say don't stay on that wheel too long, because you won't be happy. You won't be happy with yourself. You need to make a choice. And ensure that it's the right decision for you. So in your love, for energy that is going to be really important to you to be able to move through these cycles, heart chakra energy, green, sacral chakra energy. So that's where your inspiration and your creativity and your desire and passion comes from. And solar plexus energy. So solar plexus empowerment, self-love. So those are going to be some important chakras for you to feed. And just get that energy into you. Green energy, orange energy, and yellow energy. You can do that with food. You can do that with concentrating on those colors. You can do that with meditation. You can do it with singing bowls. There's just so many beautiful options for you to be able to work on your chakra system. So let's get into Libra finance. Very exciting. It is exciting because it's exciting for me, because I'm a fellow Libra, like I said. So funny stuff though, getting into your finance, the Queen of Cups comes in first. That was the first card that came in. So what this is telling me is that you've went through a challenging time, and you in the first week of July are going through that what can we call it, healing, self-healing. You are, you're going through a process of emotional healing, and it is developing you as an individual. It is developing you to be more emotionally stable when it comes to your work situations. So that Queen of Cups was clarified with the Temperance card, the Six of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So something to do with this emotional, emotional development, emotional tie, brings in these energies of Pentacles. Okay, so Six of Pentacles, there's a balancing of karma that's coming in for you, and it's bringing in that King of Pentacles energy, right? That stable, very, very calculated and fruitful, and just it's a great energy. The King of Pentacles, like that would be the king to be with if you were looking for that financial stability, and just like somebody that you can really count on, an honorable energy. So this, there could be a balancing of karma that's coming in for you. The Temperance card, again, it speaks to balancing energies. It speaks to working with water and balancing it out. And then the Queen of Cups speaks to that again. So it's very there's a karmic balance coming in for you, and it's going to play out in your favor when it comes to your financial situation. That's first week of July looks really good for you. It looks balanced. It looks very healed, and just there could be somebody from the past coming in to offer you something as well, which I would say accept every time, because good things are coming in for you. And then your second week, we got the Eight of Cups. Second week of July, Eight of Cups energy, very emotionally, it looks like there was some, you might be looking back at some emotional troubles that you've had in the past in regards to work situations, maybe somewhere you used to work and you're like, I'm done and I gotta go. Okay. So that's what that tells me. I'm done. I'm out. Thanks, but no thanks. So that's just what I feel from that energy, where you're, the eight of cups, it speaks to moving away from emotional strife to, but funny that we talk about emotional strife, because we are clarified with the Strength card and the Tower. So there could be a Leo in the situation, or I just feel so strongly that there could have been a Leo in your past work situation that may have affected your emotional strength, So, and then it brought in the Tower. So you got the Tower in your finance as well, which, it speaks very loudly, Libra, that you're going through some very transitional stuff, and what your transitional moment, it's tied to your love and finance. So, this is like worldly shifting energy that you're going through, right? So your love and your self-love and your challenges and your cycles, they're very connected on both levels for you, Libra. So I would definitely consider that when it comes to balancing out your emotional energy. When it comes to finance, you cannot deal with your finances on an emotional level. It needs to be on when you're dealing with money, you want to deal with it on a very disciplined level. When you're dealing with finances, you want to deal with it disciplined. So what this is telling me is that your emotional state may have had a lot of influence on your financial state. So we want to ensure to separate those two when it comes to your finances, because they're important, right? So that's a message for somebody. So we're going into the third week of July. We got the Magician. So this speaks to me that, whatever you're working on, in the third week of July, you're basically mastered it. So now you're master manifester. You're creating. You are creating your path forward here. And this Magician status is you not only mastering your water energy or your cups energy, right? You're emotional, but you're mastering all energies, right? So you're mastering that love, right? That emotional, cup of love, and the pentacle and the sword, right? The truth and the wand, the desire and the passion, which, tells me that whatever you're manifesting, it could be a new job, it could be a position, you could be manifesting or creating your own business, which is clarified with the Hierophant card, which, generally speaks to like higher knowledge. You could be educating yourself. You could be educating yourself to create what it is you're creating in your finances. And it looks really strong because the Empress is what comes in for your last week, right? So the Empress is, that's that energy, that's that divine feminine energy. You have so much to give when you're in the Empress energy, and you're so beautiful and fruitful and abundant. So abundance is the word for you. So what you are going through, understanding that your emotional state has been affecting your financial state, you come to the realization and you decide to just, gather your strength and move on from those historical patterns that are trickling into your financial state. And then you start creating. You start at square one, Magician, square one, and you start, basically taking in that knowledge, becoming the practitioner, and then you move into the Empress, which, that's where you want to be, right? That's where all Libras want to be, because that's our energy. So that is clarified with the 10 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So there may be a small offer that comes in for you at the end of the month as well. But that, small offer is on the side of all of the other beautiful things that are happening for you already, because you got the Empress and the 10 of Cups in your last week of July. And that 10 of Cups is that it's the completion. That's the complete emotional fulfillment. That is the happy life, the happy wife, the happy home, the just all of the things. It's all of the bells and whistles. It's all of the emotional fulfillment. It's the balanced emotional fulfillment as well. So this reading was so exceptional, Libra, and I know you are going through so many pivotal changes in your life, and I just want you to know, I'm getting goosebumps right now because this message is super important, but I just want you to know that I'm so proud of you for going through your journey just as you are, and accepting yourself just as you are, and loving yourself unconditionally just as you are. I'm so proud of you for, being brave enough to challenge your cycles. I'm so proud of you for just showing up to be you. And I don't think there's anything stronger than an individual who shows up and just takes the risk and throws caution to the wind and goes for the things that you truly want and cut away the things that no longer serve you. So Libra, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm pulling from my Osho Zen Tarot. This is just for any last messages from Divine, from Spirit, from the guardian angels, archangels, anybody who's here to help guide Libra in their journey and their path to enlightenment. Spirit, show me what Libra needs to hear. Show me what Libra needs to hear. Thank you for continuing to use me as a vessel. Thank you for continuing to shed light and guidance in these situations. Spirit, what is your last messages for Libra? Okay. Thanks, Spirit. Show me the last messages for Libra. Okay, so your last message is intensity. And this, give me 1 second. I'm going to read from the book. It is important that I read these messages from the book because they are very, very vast. There's so much there. 52. Okay, so here's your message, Libra. The figure in this card has taken shape of an arrow, moving with the single pointed focus of one who knows precisely where he is going. He is moving so fast that he has become almost pure energy, but his intensity should not be mistaken for the manic energy that makes people drive their cars at top speed to get from point A to point B. That kind of intensity belongs to the horizontal world of space and time. The intensity represented by the Knight of Fire belongs to the vertical world of the present moment, a recognition that now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. When you act with intensity of the Knight of Fire, it is likely to create ripples in the waters around you. Some will feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence, and others may feel threatened or annoyed. But the opinions of others matter little. Nothing can hold you back right now. Zen says, think of all the great words and great teachings as your deadly enemy. Avoid them because you have to find your own source. You have not to be a follower, an imitator. You have to be an original individual. You have to find your innermost core on your own with no guide, no guiding scriptures. It is a dark night, but with the intense fire of inquiry, you are bound to come to the sunrise. Everyone who has burned with intense inquiry has found the sunrise. Others only believe. Those who believe are not religious. They are simply avoiding the great adventure of religion by believing. So that message is very fundamental to the rest of your reading. You are being asked by Divine to go in the direction of your story with so much intensity that you are not required to learn from anyone else's teachings to be who you are, because all of the messages are inside you. And you're being asked to trust your inner guidance, trust your story, and you know, not everybody is going to support or understand that. So stop looking for other people's approval. You are the only person that needs to approve of yourself. And, you know, if it means anything at all, I approve of you. So thank you, Libra. That was your reading. And I certainly hope that these messages find you well. And happy July.